Hey everyone, September is around here and so is the winter. And what's better than a hot cup of coffee when watching along? Welcome back to the journey where I create a video game, AlienVasion, a tower defense game where you defend your planet from aliens trying to invade your resourceful planet. This is DevLog III. This episode was taking a while because I was learning how to create this, a save and load system. If you're interested on how to actually create it and not just showcasing around, I studied through a very detailed and informed series of videos by Trever. So if you're curious, I will leave the links down below. Shout out to Trever, lots of appreciations. So how does it work? We will create a script that will hold the data and create it on default settings whenever we start a new game, called game data. We will also have a data persistence manager which will be a singleton and keep track of the game data and updates it whenever needed. It will also be responsible for save and load methods. In addition, every object that we want to save information from will need the save and load methods as well in them, which will take action whenever we save, load or start a new game. We will also have a file data handler, a script which will be saving to an actual file, and we can also encrypt it. So the rundown. We created a list that takes in every single object and script with save and load methods and make it take in and out the information we wanted to save and load. Let's say for example we have the level of the research building and I just want to save its level as an int. When we create a new game, the game data will contain and load the default settings of our game and our research building to level 1 for this instance. Now let's say we've played a bit and level up the research building to level 3 and our camera has moved a little bit to the side. We will keep the position for the camera and the levels we've changed, resulting using only ints and floats. As for the buildings, I will make it react to the building's level and change accordingly, so when the game sees the level of the building starts at level 3 again, we function accordingly and not using the standard if we upgraded then everything upgrades, because I want to save as much data as possible. Next up, as I was following along, there was an addition of a few important parts. The transitions between the scenes while saving and loading the data, creating the options to choose the load data so we can have a few save slots available. I chose 3 for my game, and implementing the tracking of the latest save file, adding more comfortability for the player to choose between a different save system and continue the last played saved. Basically the amount of save slots is the amount of loads we have. Every load has its name, so even if there are more folders in the save slots main folder, we don't actually have to be scared of it, because it finds the data inside. It also creates a backup file, so in case something goes wrong, we can always load again. The file is encrypted, so we can't really do much inside it. When we want to switch or delete or start even a new game on a save file, the game will ask us if we are sure that we want to replace or delete accordingly. This is pretty much it for the save and load, and all it needs to do. This one took me a while, so if you find it useful or even the guide by Trever, which I put the links down below to, feel free to leave a thumb up, because it took me a while and a lot of precision to understand and build it myself. Thank you for watching and see you next time. By the way, next episode is going to be about materials and tower types, so don't miss on this amazing topic. Cheers!